Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Huh. Let's start off with Spencer and Trina. Because, well, it was fun to not have to be annoyed with Spencer during the whole Ice Princess story. Now we're back at land, and once again, Spencer shows his true colors of just being the entitled prick that I just can't stand. Now, some people have asked me, why do I go so hard on Spencer? It's because of episodes like this, when Dex is actually trying to be nice to him, and he still can't muster of ounce of being human for 5 minutes without being a complete and total dick to Dex. Dex was like, I know Jocelyn's worried about you. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're okay and everything. And he just acts like a dick, right? Now, Trina sees this. And, she has to look on her face like, oh, here he goes again. But I'm looking at this whole thing and I'm like, you know exactly who you're dealing with. And this what makes me so frustrated towards the end because at some point, Dex is like, you know what? I'm just going to hit the showers. I'm good. I can't deal with you. And he walks off. And, Trina's like, I need you to try to get along with Dex because, he's, um, dating my best friend and she really likes him and I need you to sit there and try, right? But of course he's like, I can't do it because, my boy Cam and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. Like he's actually in a relationship. Like he's taking this so personal. Like he's the one that got dumped and not Cam. So they're talking for a little bit and, Jocelyn comes in and Jocelyn gives him a hug and, um, Cam decides, Spencer decides, he needs to sit there and rest a little bit more before he's able to get back into the gym and really work out. So he goes into the steam room for some odd reason that really doesn't make any sense to me. Because it's not like he was working out before, but whatever. He goes into the steam room. Now, I'm not going to lie. This scene was somewhat confusing, right? So Dex is in there, and the woman that he sees is Jocelyn, which, by the way, Jocelyn's the type of person that, like, she'll piss me off, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, she looks she looks kind of hot. I'm just throwing it out there. She looks kind of hot. So you come in, you start making out and everything like that. It turns out that it was a dream. So I'm just like, what? And I cannot be the only person that was a little kind of thrown off by the whole thing. But of course, Spencer comes in there, and once again, Dex tries to be nice, and Spencer acts like a damn 12-year-old. Let's put it this way. His maturity level is so bad that he starts trying to brag how much he knows more about Jocelyn than Dex. And I'm just like, oh, he's like, oh, I know her favorite movie, her favorite snack, when she broke her arm, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, okay, you want a cookie or something? Like, why are you making this a contest? I'm like, bro, do you actually want to sit there and try to go out with her or something? Because if not, this looks petty. Like, low level petty. Like, he's actually sinking to a new low when it comes towards his pettiness. And I'm a petty person, but I'm like, Jesus Christ, you are just really lowering the bar today. So they go back and forth. And, Spencer talks down to him, you're a hired gun and you have no future with her, blah, 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 blah. Then he gets to a point, they get in each other's faces, and, he starts, throwing the first punch. Now, my whole thing, during this whole time when Trina and Joss are um, catching up and stuff like that, Joss is sitting there lying about the argument that she had with Michael. The only thing I'm sitting there thinking is, man, I hope Dex mops the floor with him. I really hope he mops the floor with him. Dex comes out. You were just looking all fresh to death. So I was like, all right, I'm not worried about him. Yeah, it's just checking. He gets out. They decide to go to dinner, and um, Spencer comes out. I didn't sit there and think he was going to be looking like The Walking Dead or anything like that, but I was like, bro, there's no marks on his face. I'm going to be disappointed. So he walks out and he has like kind of a bloody lip. And Trina's like, oh, what happened? What's going on? Finds out that they got into a fight. And, at first, he's, getting all upset or whatever. It's like, oh, I'm going to call Josh. I was like, well, you might want to just, like, calm it down a little bit. And of course, Spencer's like, don't do that. I'm the one that threw the first punch. He's like, oh, I threw the first punch and, he blocked it and he got lucky. I was like, no, he didn't get lucky. I was like, there was no luck involved in that. Okay, that's the bruised ego talking. And so at this point, Trina's disappointed. It's like, oh, like she's upset, like, oh, I can't believe you started a fight with him and yada yada yada. I'm just like, I'm sorry. Do you not know who you're actually dating, who you're sitting there kissing and everything like that? Do you not know who this guy is? Why are you surprised at this point? I just, I don't understand that. So once again, she's disappointed that Spencer acted, well, like Spencer at this point. Huh. Carly and Olivia. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Olivia said that she believed Ned when Ned said that he didn't turn those two in, to the SEC? So why is she backtracking, sitting there talking to um Carly about how, oh, I didn't like what he did and we've been getting into a fight, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? You said that you believed him. So what? You believed him indoors, but outside you sit there just being what? Disloyal like there's no tomorrow? So Carly says something that I thought was just really stupid and nasty. And I wish I actually had a stronger drink for this, but whatever. She talked about how she's been getting into a fight with him like every night and stuff like that. And Carly was like, so he's staying here at the hotel, right? I mean, you did kick him out, right? Kick him out? Kick him out of his home? I'm like, listen, okay, here's the thing. I don't know what couples did back in the 1950s or whatever when a woman got upset with the man and the man has to sit there and sleep on the couch. But I'll tell you right now, it will be a cold day in hell before my sweet ass ever moves from my bed because my girl or my wife, we got into an argument. And she ever says something as stupid as, well, you're going to be sleeping on the couch, right? Yeah, when hell freezes over. So the fact that she actually said that and really thought that she did that was just like, it's 2023, not like, what? I'm sorry. And no offense to, but there are just some very delusional ass people in this world that actually think that that makes sense. But she was like, no, I didn't do it. And, Olivia was like, this was your fault. Okay. You did this to yourself. You actually committed the crime. So why am I going to sit there and lose my marriage over net doing the right thing? Because you did commit insider trading. And she was all like, oh, I lost money, I lost this, I lost that. And I'm just like, yeah, that sounds like a you problem. All that's coming out, that sounds like a you problem. And I can't find my small violin. So I don't know what to tell you. That's on you. Because now she's obsessed with, looking at Olivia like, oh, you betrayed me, and your husband this and your husband that, and they wouldn't have found out, and yada yada yada. But the thing is, they did found out. Okay, so this is still on you, Carly. I don't feel bad for her. And I damn sure don't feel bad for her after this whole scene. I'm like, boo, whatever happens to you, happens to you. I can go for jail for a long time. I'm sorry, what was. I don't hear a bad part in that whole sentence. How does that affect her and her marriage? Oh, wait, it doesn't. So Olivia walks away because Carly is just like, I'm just upset with you. And she walks away like, whatever. Now, you got that going on, right? Turn this Um, um, Sonny proposes to Nina. And at first, Nina, and a lot of people was like, this is a pity. This is a way of pacifying her. But it turned out that he actually had a ring. He had it for a very long time, but the time wasn't right. They go back and forth, and Nina's like, are you sure? I don't want you to lose any more because of me, and blah, 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 blah. And long story short, she agrees. So she will be the new Mrs. Correntos. I'm pretty sure the internet is all fired up. And I love it. I love it. Um, I mean, at this point, everyone knows how I feel about Nina, but anyway, so yeah, she says yes. They go out to the Metro Court, and Carly overhears that they're getting, engaged. So I'm pretty sure she's probably going to have some words that, well, at this point, should just fall on deaf ears. Just be honest, they should just fall on deaf ears at this point. So Chase is, I don't know, he's taking to heart what Tracy said and talking to Finn about it. And, Finn said something that was really smart, right? Finn was like, because, Chase was like, I want to forgive her. And, Finn was like, well, it's because of her that they weren't going to reinstate you. I'm like, Finn, no, 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 no. The reason why he got in this position in the first place, which everyone that show just seems to keep forgetting, is because Chase in his, Chase in his temper got the best of him. That's what got him in his hot seat in the first place. Not the fact that Brooklyn didn't write the letter on time. It mattered if Brooklyn was going to write the letter on time because she shouldn't have had to do that in the first place because he shouldn't have been putting his hands on people. So once again, this is Chase's fault. Point blank, period. Um, and Finn was like, "Are you going to be able to? Are you going?" He was like, "I was like, okay, so what happens when you forgive her and she does this again? You got to accept her messiness and all. Meanwhile, you got Brooklyn in the dumps, which, to be honest, I kind of look at that and I'm like, you did help him get back his job. And if he wants to sit there and not accept you for who you are, then that's his loss. That's his loss. Don't get me wrong, Brooklyn is a headache. She's a lot of things, but she's also a headache. And it takes a certain man to sit there and deal with a woman like that. That's just fact. Okay? But hey, listen, he's not the one for you, and he can accept you for who you are. So, like Tracy said, that's his loss. But long story short, because I had to fast forward through Chase singing, but Chase decides to come to the Quartermains, playing the song on Finn's radio or boombox or whatever it was. And long story short, Tracy was like, my plan worked. Tracy pretty much said that she used reverse psychology to light a fire under Chase's ass to sit there and get him to see the error of his ways. I sat there and I was like, I am genuinely impressed. I was like, I am genuinely impressed. I mean, granted, she was getting kind of annoying after a while, um, but it worked. And I am speechless. I am without speech. You know what else is actually good about that scene that I was sitting there thinking about? With Tracy and her plan and everything like that, is that I do generally like Finn and Tracy's friendship. And, it would have sucked if he would have had to sit there and be choosing sides. Because at the end of the day, he should be choosing his brother. But I'm glad it didn't actually come towards that. So in the end, I guess all wells end well. I feel like there's more, but I can't really think. Oh yeah, and Olivia was there all pissy. Um, which I'm just like whatever, because now you're just coming across as somewhat disloyal. somewhat disloyal because she said literally that she believed him, but then she didn't believe him, and but she's staying, she's standing by her man. So I guess it's not totally disloyal. I don't know what the hell it is. Maybe it's just bad writing at this point. Maybe that's what that is. We'll just sit there and chalk it up to bad writing and just keep it moving. And I feel like that's pretty much about it. And if I did miss anything, you know what I'm always gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're gonna be snitchy talking about all the soaps. Definitely probably BMB and YNR because I know I'm not going to have enough time to do a review on that. I'm looking at the time right now, and I think I barely might have time to sit there and do a Days of Our Lives review. So, but if I don't, I'm gonna talk about it because, oof, I got some words, got some thoughts about some characters, which explains nothing, but just come to the live stream and we'll sit there and talk about it. With that being said, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.